It's the Survivor Series. The epitome of tag team competition is the immortal Hulk Hogan and the Earthquake, captain of respective teams of the Big Boss Man and Dino Bravo. Joining up with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Haku, Tugboat, the Barbarian, the Hulkamaniacs versus the Natural Disasters. Team captains, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Join up with Coco Beware and a mystery partner, along with the Anvil, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Bret Hart, the Honky Tonk Man, the Dream Team versus the $1 Million Team. Team captains Nikolai Volkov and Sergeant Slaughter. Join up with Tito Santana, Mara Zuko, Bushwhacker Butch, Sato, Bushwhacker Luke and Tanaka, it's the Alliance versus the Mercenaries. Jake the Snake Roberts and the model Rick Martel, captain of respective teams of the Superfly, the Warlord, Marty Jannetty, the Mighty Hercules, Shawn Michaels, Paul Roma, the Vipers versus the Visionaries. World Wrestling Federation Champion, the Ultimate Warrior, and Mr. Perfect, lead team members, Texas Tornado, Crash, along with Animal, Axe, Hawk, Smash, it's the Warriors versus the Perfect Team. It's the Survivor Series!
Hello, welcome to the Hardcam Wrestling Podcast here on Pod. I am James Richards, joined by Nik The Twin Towers. How are you doing tonight, Nick?
I'm good, dude. How's you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. And today is my new series. I've got to host a new series now. And this is my classic pay-per-view reviews, where we go back, watch pay-per-views from WWE, AEW, what else is there? New Japan, WCW, ECW, whatever's out there. Even they're bad, good, somewhat in between WCW in 2000. I think that's his own pay-per-view category. Anyway, we're here to review Survivor Series 1990, which is known for the debut of some guy called The Undertaker. I haven't heard of him. I wonder what he's doing now. Oh, and the Gobbledygooker as well, but we'll get to that. Anyway, Nick, what did you first think going into this Survivor Series from bloody 30 years ago?
I was hesitant, even though it was my idea, to because as much as obviously I love wrestling, this was the era that I got into it as a wee little nipper. I've got to admit, I was a bit like, I've not watched a lot of the stuff unless it's been on like Shawn Michaels' or Bret Hart's or Owen Hart's like best of documentary type things. I'm not watching an actual full pay-per-view from back in the day for a long time. So I was a bit worried that it was going to ruin my childhood. But, you know, I was willing to take that chance.
Fair enough. Obviously, I'm only like 21, so I've only been watching wrestling since 2008. So this was quite a bit of a jump for me. Obviously, I've gone back to see the Savages and Steamboats, the Owens, Bretts, Shawns, and all that lot. But this is my first time actually going through a whole pay-per-view from this time period. And I would say I was quite pleasantly surprised. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
It has its moments, definitely.
It does have its moments, like that's where any wrestling pay-per-view does, especially in WWE. You still get them moments in 2020. Cough, Otis winning Money in the Bank. Cough. But anyway, yeah. This is going to be don't know when this series will start properly. Probably about, I'll say, end December, January for one more season. Be a good time to start. And it's going to be fortnightly, where 1 week I'm going to put a poll up on Hardcam Wrestling Podcast Twitter and Facebook page, plus the Wrestling Group Facebook page as well, for viewers to pick on something that's happening that month. And the other one would be a viewer's choice, where viewers can send me a pay-per-view suggestion, I'll put it in the poll, and then they'll pick. So yeah, Survivor Series 1990, from the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut, from November 22nd, 1990, with approximate attendance of 16,000. Pay-per-view buy rates was 400,000 buy rates, which is up from 385 the year before. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would usually have the Observer and Figure 4 online to go by, see what's happening during the time of this. But, you know, the Observer Archives, I think, doesn't have anything from 1990. So, you know, we move. Anyway, Gorilla Monsoon and Wally Piper is on commentary for this evening. And I quite like this duo, to be honest.
It was awesome, wasn't it? I was just so hyped when I saw Piper on commentary. Monsoon as well, obviously Monsoon's Monsoon, but you know, Piper's just a class of his own kind of thing. He's just one of those guys that's just his mic work and his stuff that he just when he starts talking, like as great as he was in the ring, it overshadowed that kind of thing. That's how good of a talker he was. So just to sit and listen to him talk for the entire pay-per-view, that was a good start for me.
This is a show with an absolutely legendary quote by Piper, but we'll get to that later. But one thing I will say about this commentary team, imagine having a drinking game every time they say survive.
Oh, God. That's after about the first match. Yeah,
that was so much there about surviving and teamwork. They mentioned when the two Rumble adverts go, this is about survival, but when it comes to the Royal Rumble, it's every man for themselves.
Although it didn't grate on me. It's not like when Michael Cole jams something down your throat, like, you know, every 2 minutes or something.
It's boss time.
Oh, Jesus. It just grates on you. Or like when he's just calling Lars Sullivan a freak or something. Yeah, like that. This didn't grate on me.
Dog.
Oh, God. That speaks volumes for that Monsoon and Piper, where they could literally say it as often as you want. It's like, it's not annoying.
It's obviously not Monsoon's best partner though, which is the mad thing about it.
Yeah.
We had Heenan as well, which is iconic partnership. I've seen 92 Royal Rumble. Absolutely legendary commentary performance during that show.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. So yeah, Piper's. This isn't even the best team, but it's a damn good
mad
squad. You know, you got Piper on the bench. Yeah, I'll take that.
Anyway, we'll go into our first match. Demolition and Mr. Perfect, known as Team Perfect, face the Warriors, which is Legion of Doom, Texas Tornado, and the WWF champion, Ultimate Warrior, who opens the show. So, you know, way to make that belt look good, I guess. Obviously, because it wasn't on Hogan. That's why.
Yeah.
So, start off with a backstage interviews with the Warriors. And Jesus Christ, this was loud.
This is old school promo. This is just shout at the camera.
Yeah.
This is just rah, 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 rah.
I even lost track what they were talking about because it's all just shouting.
Oh, you generally do that with Warrior promos anyway. He's talking about spaceships and little warriors, souls, and freaky acid shit.
You know, when you sent me your notes the other day, pointing back to 4-4 here on the first episode, like how I like to do, you said, I didn't know this. He has a fake foot.
Yeah. I obviously didn't know it until like a few years ago. He was involved in a really bad car accident. And that's like his foot amputated. And it happened just before he signed with WWF, if I remember correctly. So they kind of had to keep it secret. So barely anyone sort of at the time knew he had a fake foot.
They might mention the Dark Side of the Ring documentary, but
they did mention it in that as well.
Yeah, I thought so. I've watched it.
Yeah, the Tornado episode. That was just the Von Erichs. It was just, but it was just. It's kind of caused in part of his, you know, obviously the demise of Kerry Von Erich kind of thing. It was just another part of his fall from grace. But yeah, it's watching it back now, knowing that I was kind of watching him walk or run to the ring, and it's kind of like, you can just kind of tell it was off a little bit. I don't think he took an Irish whip at any point in that match, so I might just have to go off that point and rewatch some Texas Tornado matches and see if he ever does take an Irish, just out of curiosity. I just imagine his foot falling off or something.
Bloody hell. Guess who's on the dark match on the show I just saw?
Go on.
Shane Douglas.
Oh, wow, the franchise.
Yeah. We defeated Buddy Rose.
Wow, yeah. Before Michael's gotten kicked off.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a huge pop for the Warrior. Absolutely huge pop. I think this match sort of a match that was made by the crowd, I think.
Yeah.
If it was,
Yeah.
if it was a dead crowd, this match wouldn't be nearly as good as it was.
Oh, no, definitely. The crowd popping huge for it, but you had Perfect selling as well.
Yeah, he sold like a bloody madman.
Yeah.
I said no, it's Perfect bumping his ass off.
That's pretty much, that's what Perfect is. Still, as good as Michaels is, I think Michaels learned a lot from Perfect about selling.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, we start off with Animal and Smash, the build-up for the match that happened on the house show circuit with the Legion of Doom and Demolition. Dream feud as well, really.
Yeah, well, Demolition were WWF's version of LOD before they signed LOD, weren't they?
Yeah, it's quite upsetting that the feud finished in the house show circuit, but anyway. Yeah, Axel was the first to be pinned from the Legion of Doom by Warrior. Of course he did. I can't remember who sold it. It might be Perfect, but what bloody brilliant shoulder tackle by Hawk.
Yes.
Even though Monsoon called it a clothesline, it was a shoulder tackle.
That was just like,
straight through him.
Cena would have been proud.
Yeah. Wish you could do shoulder tackles like that. One little thing I had about this show is a lot of DQs and countouts for eliminations.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the go-to option to try and sort of keep everybody sort of strong booking, one it kind of thing. So, because obviously we get that with LOD and Demolition. They just start fighting and then wander off into the back or whatever. And I knew. Oh no, they just started fighting in the ring, didn't they? It's just got DQ'd for booking each other.
I knew they got DQ'd. I think, what if the two legal guys are fighting, why are they going to get DQ'd? Then they started yeeting the referee. I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, and leaves Texas and Warrior versus against Perfect. Perfect, as I said, bumping his ass off. I didn't see this. I'm not sure if you did. The turnbuckle pad getting exposed.
I didn't see it get exposed, but I heard the commentator saying it was exposed. So I was like,
yeah, that's how
Tornado
really got eliminated.
Yeah.
I think he goes
I don't know.
Went for a dive in the corner. Perfect moves out the way. He goes head first into the exposed turnbuckle, and not Warrior. Perfect hits the Perfect Plex for Tornado get eliminated. So pins the Intercontinental Champion.
How basic were the finishing moves as well back in the day, though?
Yeah,
back on some of the finishes in this pay-per-view, which obviously we'll
got superplex, a standing splash, a leg drop, a DDT. Yeah, lots like finishes that are now transitional moves nowadays.
It's not even just run of the mill generic sort of. There would be soft moves on the PlayStation WWE games, just a DDT or a leg drop.
Then we have about 3 minutes of Perfect beating up Warrior. Warrior kicks out the Perfect Plex to quite a huge pop.
Yeah.
Then Warrior beats Perfect with the 5 moves of doom. He 3 shoulder tackles and a splash.
That's another one. That splash is awful. It just doesn't even have any kind of impact. And it's just like, I mean, obviously we know what we know now, but you kind of watching back these old pay-per-views and you're thinking, how could they not tell?
Yeah, there's quite a few weak eliminations on the show.
Yeah.
Which we get on to later on. But, so that's that first match. Warrior wins, goes on to the Ultimate Survivor at the end of the match and ending the night. Yeah, I thought it was a good match. Really fun, fast-paced opener. Crowd was hot.
You had LOD, you had Perfect, you had Warrior. Like you said, the crowd made this match because of just the reaction to those guys. Those guys just want an audience and can pump an audience up. Yeah,
you got all guys played over during that time. Yeah, I gave it's 14 minutes 20. I gave this match 3.25 stars. Nice, fun little opener.
Yeah, exactly. Got the crowd going exactly as it should do.
I have got Meltzer's star ratings though for this show.
I've got them.
Yeah, I've got star ratings. I haven't got about what he thought of the actual match, but I've got his star ratings. That's it. He gave it 2.5 stars.
No.
Well, if you're thinking about as a actual wrestling match, yeah, I see that. But the crowd adds a lot to it.
Yeah, that was just for a technical side of things, maybe like 2 and a bit stars, but from an enjoyment sort of rating system, 3.25. I jotted down 3.5 just for enjoyment value, because it did exactly what I wanted to do. It was my first pay-per-view going into this, or the first match going into this pay-per-view that I was really hesitant about. Expected to enjoy it. Watched this match and I was pumped. I was like, this is awesome. All right, I'm gonna, I'm putting myself into this now. I'm gonna enjoy it. So
it's a good match. Obviously, it ended as a bit 5 moves of doom, but other than that, it's a good match. Yeah, it's Warrior, so can't really get much of it. $1 Million team backstage promo. Up next, they're talking about how they're going to win and all that, like normal heels do. But I've loved Ted's laugh.
It's awesome, and it's just such a good. That's the thing, going back on these ones, like we said about Piper's might work and stuff like that, and then like the bad guys the promos were just so good. It kind of puts the current day promos into perspective a little bit. There's still a lot of good promo guys out there, and you watch these old guys just absolutely just work it, and it's like, promos were key back then, kind of thing.
So we head to our next match as the $1 Million team with Ted DiBiase, Honky Tonk Man, Greg Valentine with a mystery partner. Ooh. Against the Dream Team with Dusty Rhodes, Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, and Coco Beware. And one thing I didn't know, Bret lost his brother the day before this show.
Yeah. I
mentioned on commentary.
Yeah. I kind of thought, about Bruce and Owen and the other one and also Bret, but I kind of totally sort of negated to remember the brother called Dean. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Took me by surprise. Well done, Bret, for being able to perform that match. But everyone would understand if he didn't turn up. Yeah.
I mean, it's old school mentality, in it.
Yeah.
The shot on kind of thing. It comes from the business.
It's like when Daniel Bryan Daniel Bryan lost his dad just after he won the WWE Championship, he still came out.
Yeah.
And got attacked by Kane as well, so.
Just to rub salt in the wound.
Yeah. But first out is Dusty Rhodes, and damn, I miss Dusty.
Even WWF Dusty is still awesome.
Yeah. You'll be so proud of Cody and Dustin right now.
Smashing it, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt.
And the OG NXT team, especially Becky. I bet he's so proud of Becky at the moment.
Yeah. Or just all those people that he sort of had a hand in doing stuff with. I think, they've all gone on and done him proud.
Yeah.
Except for Enzo.
And Cass. Oh dear. Anyway, then we have the Hart Foundation who came out, the WWF Tag Team Champions. I think they were. Yeah, they were. And the Cobra Beware. Then the $1 Million team comes out. And I love Ted's theme.
It's awesome.
The money, 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 money. Just so well his character. And I got, this on my notes, one of the best to never hold a WWE Championship.
Yes.
I loved DiBiase.
We had 3 in this pay-per-view. We had Perfect, Jake, and DiBiase.
Yeah, all of them should have been WWE Champion.
Yeah.
But no, it's Hulk Hogan, brother.
And when he goes to make a film, it's Warrior.
Yep. Anyway, then the mystery partner, Ted announces, it's this random guy off the street called The Undertaker.
Who looks like a zombie.
Yep. And one of the best quotes from Piper, look at the size of that ham hock.
That's what made his entrance as well. Piper just sold the shit out of what kind of a presence this Taker had at that time.
Yeah.
Oh,
crowd
my
looked
God.
terrified. They didn't really know what to think. In a good way.
Yeah.
As well. They didn't know what to think in a good way.
It was totally unique at that point, wasn't it? It was just kind of like, this is just brilliant.
Yeah, Taker starts with Bret. Well, obviously, I have numerous matches together over the years. Yeah, but Brett quick attacks out to Neidhart. And Neidhart gets beaten up. Then goes into Kobo, and Kobo gets tombstoned.
I love the way that they knew what the move was called, though. It's like, it's a tombstone. It's like, oh. They kind of tried to retract it, like, oh, yeah, actually, yeah, we'll call it a tombstone. Yeah, it looks like a tombstone. Okay.
And he's dead as well, so works perfectly.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, then the Anvil comes in and pins Honky. I thought Honky went quite quick.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to see he's like the greatest IC champ ever, according to some. I didn't expect him to be the first one to go.
No, I thought it'd be Greg Valentine.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah, $1 Million Man pins Anvil after a week clothesline, which I thought that. And Taker pins the captain, Dusty Rhodes. I thought, wow. Tried 2 eliminations on debuts, not bad.
One of them being Dusty as well. Coco, we can kind of just be like, yeah, okay, that's expected. Yeah. But, to beat the legend.
And the captain as well.
Yeah.
But then it's gone off being counted out because Brother Love started to hit Dusty and Dusty went, no. And Undertaker beat him up to the back and got counted out.
It's one of the count-outs that we mentioned.
Yep. But why they put Brother Love with Undertaker?
I don't know. There is a story to it, because like Paul Bearer obviously wasn't with I can't remember his real name, but he wasn't with the company at the time. And I think it was Pritchard that kind of brought him in to take his place, because he thought it'd work better with the Undertaker. Or Pritchard had, other duties at the time, or it was one of the few times, one of the many times he's been sacked by WWE. But it was he was a popular character at the time.
Yeah,
was the loved one. He was just one of the biggest, baddest heel personas kind of thing, managers.
I thought Mr. Fuji was probably Undertaker the best out of all the managers. My personal opinion.
I don't think he was at that level. Was he just managing the Orient Express at that point? I know he comes out with them later.
But it's Undertaker's debut. He's not a big name, so he probably can get away with it.
I think they obviously had big plans with him from the get-go, man. The way that he came in and the impact that he made. I think they thought straight off, They
couldn't do Jimmy Hart. I can imagine Jimmy Hart shouting around with his megaphone with...
That was a good shout. Because, polar opposites kind of thing. You've got the guy who never speaks, and then you've got the guy who never stops talking. I
think Bobby would be a good bomb for him.
Yeah.
They had to give a manager, played Bobby the Brain Heenan. Then Heenan costs Undertaker a match or something. Or gets carried out and beat him up. Then Bearer comes in.
Yes.
It's not hard to get away from Bobby the Brain Heenan.
No, you can always work it, can't you?
Yeah.
He's a weasel.
He can annoy Undertaker one day, Undertaker beats him up, and that's it.
Yeah, job's a good one.
Yeah, and Brother Love attacks Dusty Rhodes for some reason. After Dusty gets eliminated, so it doesn't really matter. But hey-ho. Then Taker beats him to the back. Then we have Brett beating Valentine. That leaves Brett and Ted. And these two had a really good 5 minutes, I thought.
Oh, solid. Yeah, actually, it was just like a mini one-on-one. Just a good guy versus bad guy match.
Yeah, they went 4 minutes on their own. Really good. I love the finish as well. Absolutely love the finish. Brett goes for a crossbody, but Ted just rolls through into a roll-up. Really good.
This is momentum.
This is my match of the night. I thought it was a really good match. Taker would have made his debut, and who would have probably people wouldn't have guessed at the time how much of an influence he would be on this business, not just WWE but the whole wrestling business.
Yeah,
as a locker room leader, someone he could always go to for advice.
The fact we're selling it, we're celebrating his 30 years in the business. On Sunday, or we could celebrate. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it speaks volumes for the guy himself. Got to be the greatest accomplishment WWEF, have ever done. The creation of the Undertaker's got to be their greatest achievement.
Probably the greatest thing to come out of wrestling, I think.
Yeah,
the greatest character come out of wrestling. To last 30 years, is an incredible achievement.
Nobody else comes close
No,
at that level.
maybe The Rock, that probably be it for what he's done in Hollywood, but
Yeah, but not within the industry kind of thing. Yeah,
no.
but yeah, now Taker's just that was the thing watching this, kind of going back, and you just obviously in hindsight, you just like, yeah, this dude's he's awesome, but at the time, nobody would have put the house on it. They probably would have guessed 5 years max.
Yeah. Yeah, this match didn't just do good for Taker, it did brilliant for Brett as well.
Yeah, he looked like a future star, didn't he?
Yeah, this was sort of their little test of thinking, all right, how will Brett do on his own? Had a really good little match with Ted. And didn't even get pinned straight out. He got rolled up.
Yeah.
Just Ted being the ring general.
That's it. Yeah, because they made mention of that quite a lot, didn't they? So I was saying, like, DiBiase will always find a way to kind of finish somebody. He's always kind of got something. And they totally solved that part of his character. Like, he's such a good finisher of matches. So that kind of protected Brett when he did get beat by him. It's like, if you're going to get beat by anyone, you get beat by Ted.
Yeah, who's smart. Knows what to do. Virgil was outside as well, so I deal with that. Yeah, I gave this 3.5 stars. I thought it was a really good match. My match of the night.
3.25 on my part.
Yeah, Meltzer gave us 3.5 as well.
Ah, awesome. Because it's more technical. He probably just over the final 4 minutes.
Women 5 was in the Tokyo Dome. Hey, old wrestling jokes right there.
Ah, yes. If you know.
Go and get these in these series, little stupid jokes.
What was it next? Team Vipers, wasn't it?
Yep. Jake, Snooker, and the Rockers. I struggle to watch Snooker, knowing what's happened, but it is what it is. You have to do these, going back and watch these. And Jake is such a good promo. Absolutely brilliant promo.
Like I say, it's the same as I was saying about Ted. You watch these guys, man. They just tell a story. They just pull you in with the words. It's just Jake's one of the best. Yeah,
easily. He should have been WWE champion. Yeah, he's really good promo still.
See his promos in AEW, and you just sat there like, this dude still terrifies me.
I remember that first promo he did on Cody, basically about that Hail Caesar.
Yeah, and he just turned his back on him as well.
Yeah, I could always turn my back on someone I'm not afraid of. Just turns around back at Cody. Yeah. Turns around at Cody. Brilliant. He's doing brilliant stuff at the moment. 30 years on again.
It's good to see him back as well, though, because the dude's had his demons for a long time.
He's suffering from lung condition at the moment, isn't he? Something like that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just like drug addiction and stuff. Like, bit of a sidebar, but it's on Netflix at the minute. If you've never watched Beyond the Mat, give that a watch on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. There's like a whole 20 minutes of there's a whole 20 minutes where the dude's talking to Jake, and you see him like in a hotel room, just literally just on the verge of shooting up after meeting his daughter that he's not seen for like 20 years. It's just proper like fucking heart wrenching.
There's going to be
an example of like just the shit that he dealt with.
Yeah, there's going to be a dark side of the ring on Jake the Snake next season.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be.
And a Brian Pillman one as well.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's a series idea, by the way.
I need to.
Reviews.
Yeah. Oh,
God,
yeah.
Such a good series.
Yes. Yeah, I'd be up for that, definitely. Sorry, I totally sidebarred there, man. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It's got to happen in these pay-per-view reviews. Anyway, we got Power and Glory.
Yep. Warlord and the model.
Model, that's Rick Martel. You know what? Rick Martel character will work today, I think.
Yeah.
If you just chuck him in today, it'll work. Can't really say a lot about these wrestlers nowadays, but from back then. But I think Rick Martel will work nowadays still.
Yeah, there's not really anybody like him at the minute either. I'm trying to think of a modern day equivalent. I can't.
NXT Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze, yeah.
But, when he was in NXT the first time.
Yeah, pretty kind of thing. Yeah, that was it. That was what I was thinking. But even he wasn't that kind of. Even when he was a heel, he wasn't that much of a twat.
No.
But yeah, I think Breeze is the most.
Anyway, just kick things off with Marty and the Warlord. And Warlord pins Marty after that absolutely incredible power slam.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard. I was like, wow.
Poor Marty.
Yeah, he'll always be the Genetti. There's always a category around him. Unfortunately.
He's infamous for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. This is why I put take a shot every time Piper Monsignor says survive. Yeah, I've just got Snooker pin. Can't remember by who. Quality content.
Like I say, whenever Snooker was in there, I kind of drifted off. So
yeah,
I got that one. I saw Snooker pinned. But crap, who pinned him? I don't care.
I struggle to watch Snooker.
Yeah.
If I didn't know what happened, I'll probably happily watch him. But knowing what I know,
he's tainted
bit uncomfortable. But the difference, weird thing is though, I can still happily go back watch a Benoit match.
Yeah, I think that's a conversation at some point. I'll touch on it briefly from my side, is because I can kind of not justify it, but I can kind of put it down to like a mental thing, or like the chair shots, concussions, things like that. I can not justify it, but it's not tainted his matches for me.
I think
shit as they did.
Difference with Benoit and Snooker got away with it for years and years.
Yeah.
Obviously, Benoit died the same day.
Yeah.
So he got his comeuppance, really. But Snooker just kept innocent till the trial, where he weren't even fit enough to be in it.
Yeah.
That's the weird bit. He got away with it for so long.
Yeah, it's just snide. It's just like, but yeah, it is weird. I say, I think that's something, I don't know. Well, if we ever do like a Dark Side of the Ring thing, we can, I'm sure we'll come across the Benoit episodes.
Such a good episode.
Oh, mate, heartbreaking. The fact that the first part was about Eddie mostly as well. Just killed me.
Yeah, I'll put it in my notes. Snooker probably gone back to have some cocaine.
Get it stuck on his goatee.
Michaels takes an absolute arse whipping for 10 minutes, then just gets pinned. No comeback or anything.
Yep, that's pretty much my notes. But his selling was just like...
Yeah, it's really good selling.
Yeah, the dude was like, okay, if they play this right, they've got a star on their hands. And it's, one of the few times that WWE have actually sort of clocked somebody and thought, right, we'll push him to the moon correctly. And it worked.
Still took a few years for him to get there, though.
Oh yeah, but it worked. I think it was a nice, good, slow build.
He did win the title for like 6 years later, or about 5.5 years later.
Is it 90? Oh yeah,
it's 96. The Iron Man match.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, of course, WrestleMania 12. So yeah, 96, 6 years later. Bloody hell.
I know. But it was multi-time Intercontinental Champion between that time, Tag Team Champion. He didn't win anything. Let's say that.
Yeah. Oh no, the dude. He was always kind of smashing it. He was stealing shows as the IC champ, the wheelchair.
But I was a bit underwhelmed by Michaels' elimination. I was expecting a comeback.
Yeah.
Got pinned. A little comeback. Have him do some moves. Give Snooker, not Snooker, play. Give Jake hope. Then just get eliminated.
Just followed. Just obviously knowing what we know now, I just kind of expected him to hit a sweet chin music or something, and just do something.
Super kicks out, then he gets eliminated, which I would have been fine with. But I thought a bit when he just got eliminated, I was like, oh.
By Power and Glory as well. I've totally forgotten tag team. I even totally forgot they were a thing until I watched this pay per view.
Bravo and Barbarian. No, not. Well, I'm looking at the wrong match.
Romeo and. Oh shit! I can't even remember the names now. Hercules and Paul Bravo. Oh, Paul Romeo.
I got Paul Roma.
Paul Roma, that's it.
Obviously, I know really Martel and Warlord out of these two. I've heard of Hercules. Never had Paul Roma before I watched the show. That leaves 4 versus 1, and the fans really behind Jake.
They love Jake at this point.
Yeah.
And also, he came into this match with like a having one blind eye after having arrogance sprayed into his face, which was obviously the story of the match. Jake was selling this, and Piper and Gorilla both sold it really well as well on the commentary, pointing out that he was keeping everybody on his good side and keeping close as well. So, like, if he was in the ring, he always kind of had hands on the opponent, so he didn't lose sight of where they were. I just thought that was just really good, subtle storytelling.
Yeah, it leads to the blindfold match at WrestleMania, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, but he does hit a DDT on Warlord, but it doesn't get the pin. Martel breaks it up with the arrogant spray, but that gives him enough time to go for Damien.
Yes, Damien.
And I think Jake just thinks, fuck it, I may as well go out and hit him after Martel. I'm going to lose. See, normally I would be quite against a finish like this, but Jake knew, it's 4-on-1. This isn't good. I'll get the snake out, chase whoever I see.
I just want Martel. He don't care about the other three. He wants Martel. Well, if Martel pegs it, I'm chasing him.
Yeah.
No.
Jake gets
seen him try to run down the aisle though, with the snake wrapped around his leg. It's like hobbling. I was like, damn. Do you know he's scared of snakes as well?
Is he actually?
Yeah. I think I was on the Jericho podcast or something, the second best podcast after this one. He actually sort of said, the dude's petrified of snakes. And it's only when he kind of got psyched up for a show that he could pick the snake up, and he just walked straight out the curtain carrying the snake.
He has to do Goldberg headbutt locker room.
Pretty much. He just has to get himself into that sort of mindset. It was like, oh, fuck it, let's pick up the snake and go.
Yeah.
But yes, that really amused me. I was like, wow, Jake the Snake's petrified of snakes.
Ironic, but funny at the same time.
It's a commitment to the cause, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jake gets cancelled out, and for the first time in Survivor Series history at the time, there's a complete wipeout.
Yep.
I thought it was good storytelling. Michaels was good until the unexpected elimination. But yeah, Jake, you can't beat Jake in this era. I did put not a fan of the ending, but after time, it did grow on me. But yeah, solid match. Got 2 3/4. So
is that it? I suppose again it wasn't overly technical, but I just enjoyed. This was my favourite match of the night, just for the storytelling and the Jake and young Michaels.
Yeah, I was thinking like it could have done with a bit more back and forth. I thought.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It was I just like the whole. I think the commentary as well made it for me. It's just Piper, just how amped he was getting every time Jake was in the ring, or how over he was putting Michaels and the Rockers. I think he declared them as the best team of the 90s. At that point, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know why. The story sort of clicked for me. I just thought, Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I think you didn't have to do a complete whiteout though. You could have got with a Paul Roma, I thought. And you could easily put Honky Tonk in that role in the main event. Make it a bit more star power.
Yeah, power and glory. I don't know. Again, maybe depending on what was going on at the time, storyline wise, it still felt power and glory were getting a push at the time, or were deemed as being, one of the up and coming tag teams.
Yeah.
Like I say, looking back at it in hindsight, it's a bit looking at it as a one-off.
I would have had Honky Tonk in the main event. Yeah.
Oh, based on what we know now and name value of names that have been remembered over time. Yeah, definitely Honky's one of the top 10 of that era kind of thing.
Now we have a go backstage with Hulk Hogan, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big Boss Man, and Tugboat talking America. And the little Hulkamaniacs. And the troops in Iraq. And that leads us on to our next match tonight. Team Hogan with Jim Duggan, Big Boss Man, Tugboat versus Earthquake Team, Dino Bravo, Haku, and the Barbarian. With, I think was Bobby the Brain Heenan in this match? Or
yeah, he would have come out with Barbarian, I think.
Yeah, Barbarian's part of the Heenan family, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got my notes. Hacksaw, ho! Love Hacksaw.
Such a badass as well. You kind of think like if he hadn't been stuck with that gimmick, if it had been taken a little bit more seriously, could he have been a bigger star?
Maybe.
Or did he was just quite happy being that guy?
But nice that in 2015 got used as a hoe joke to Stephanie McMahon, so
it was worth it in the long run. There we go.
Oh, I remember that saying, it was quite funny. But anyway, back to this. Piper saying in the USA is the best country to work, even though he's supposed to be quote unquote Scottish.
Yeah.
And it's sort of Hacksaw versus Haku. And if I was Hacksaw, I would have been bloody terrified.
I would have run a mile. Haku's a bad motherfucker. Nobody messes with Haku.
Yeah, but Haku, ironically, the first eliminated by Big Boss Man, a Uranagi slam thing.
Oh, Big Boss Man slam. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really expect what it was, so I thought Big Boss Man usually like spins while he does it, but he sort of picked him up and slammed him, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be. He just didn't get the rotation, did he? It was kind of, I think it might be like the early days where he hadn't quite mastered it yet.
Yeah. I prefer Boss Man in the actually though, and being an absolute dick and nicking Big Show's dead dad.
Yeah. The coffin.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's an image I'll never ever forget. Just Big Show riding a coffin whilst it's being towed away by Boss Man's car.
One day we might talk about that feud.
Oh Jesus. I hope so.
If you want that, ask for Armageddon 99. Anyway, Hacksaw gets DQ'd for using 2x4. Again, another DQ.
Yep.
Is what it is. Then Hogan slams Earthquake. Piper called him an idiot for doing so, because why would you use that much energy if you're wrestling again at the end of the night?
I love that though, when he does it though, he's like, okay, no, I was wrong. And
then he does try it again. Yeah. He goes, you know what?
No,
I wasn't wrong, you idiot.
Oh, I love Piper.
Then Hogan do one of the most least Hogan eliminations with a small package on Dino Bravo.
Yeah.
Bossman being Earthquake. Then former tag team partners fighting out. Earthquake and Tugboat get counted out.
But again, it's obviously different era, kayfabe. I don't know, were we meant to think that Tugboat was a totally different person than Typhoon was? Were we not supposed to know that they were
the
one
same
of the
faces?
Yeah, it was like, okay. Typhoon's got a weapon. Here's his twin brother, Tugboat. He's a good guy. But yeah, obviously, it just irked me a little bit that they didn't sort of mention, the connection. But yeah, like I sort of said, I suppose it's a different time and period, wasn't it?
Yeah. They get counted out. He's Barbarian Hogan. Hogan didn't want to take that pile driver.
God, no.
He didn't want that at all. I was like,
but Piper tried to cover it though. It's like, he may have not took the pipe, but he took his knees into Hogan's shoulders.
You know what? They covered that well.
Yeah, they did.
Made it think, okay, that still might hurt. And Hogan does Hogan things, pings Barbarian after a leg drop. Meh match. Not a fan of any guys except Bossman and Jim Duggan, really. I gave this a star and 3/4.
I gave it a star and a half.
Meltzer gave it 2 stars, which is fair enough.
Oh, all right.
Hogan could spend half a pay-per-view celebrating it as well.
Hogan's got a pose. And that was the golden rule back in the day.
Then we have Mean Gene Oaken introduces the Macho King Randy Savage. Oh yeah. Which I thought was a bloody good promo.
Of course it was. It was Macho Man. The cream always rises to the top, baby.
They seemed like they were building for a Savage Warrior title match. I put in caps, title match.
Yep.
But Savage cost his Warrior the title next pay-per-view, which baffled me when I sort of added 2 together.
Yes, it was because it came after it was the Rumble, wasn't it, where it cost him.
But why would you cost someone the title if you want it? If you know you could beat Warrior, which you couldn't, and you want that title, why cost him the belt?
Yeah, because it was Hogan and Slaughter, wasn't it?
Imagine that. Let's have Hogan Slaughter as a America versus Iraq thing, like you do.
That's why they had to do it, didn't it? Because obviously big money at the time.
Then have Savage Roy for the title.
Yeah, you don't need the title on Hogan for that match. It's
No.
about national pride and crazy American.
America.
Sorry, America. But
That's looking baffling. But Hogan has to win the title at Mania. That's what it is. He has to be in the main event.
of course he does.
Very good promo though.
But awesome promo, man. Just savage. Just not to sort of sound like a broken record, but again, just old school promos, dude. Savage is one of the best, along with Jake and Ted. These guys were just Macho Man's in my top 5 for a reason. And he's just not just his ring work, but his promos as well.
Yeah, there we go from an absolute brilliant promo to an absolute shit promo. Up next is the Kyle Volkoff team with the Bushwhackers, Butch and Luke, and Tito Santana versus Boris Yukov, Sato, Sergeant Slaughter, and Tanaka, the Alliance. Oh my god, I didn't understand a word Slaughter was saying.
I sadly understood every word of it, but it's just from many years of listening to metal and being able to distort random noises. It wasn't good. You didn't miss anything. It was just all about eating Thanksgiving dinner but eating it without sand, because obviously the troops in Saudi had sand in their food and he didn't, and ha 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 and bollocks.
I haven't really got much to know, to be honest, but
same. I actually, I just kind of went off and did something else. Came back before it finished.
Highlight of this match was Tito Santana, but of course he would be.
Yes.
But he got to 4-1 against Slaughter. Slaughter brought it back, and Santana won by DQ. Bit of a weird DQ finish as well.
I actually missed that. I only knew Tito won it because he was in the grand final.
No, DQ. Because I think Slaughter ran towards Santana. Santana moved and clocked the referee. Waited a couple of minutes. Slaughter got him in the camel clutch. Referee DQs him. Slaughter won. No, DQ. Yep. Then got the other debut. Some say a better debut than the Undertaker. And to them, I say, you stupid idiot. Yeah, catches into the gobbledygooker.
You got to dance with Mean Gene, man. You got to dance.
This went on for ages.
It was awful, wasn't it? It was 2 hours and 21 minutes or something, the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This must have taken like 10 minutes or something.
More than that, probably.
Fucking hell.
This is so painful to watch. It's like cringe as well. Like Mean Gene flopping around the ring as well, dancing.
Makes me laugh that Taker thought he was going to be the guy coming out of the egg before he made his debut at Survivor Series.
My god, imagine.
Yeah, it lasted 6 months.
But fair play to Hector Guerrero, though. Flipped around like a madman during this segment.
He's a Guerrero. He's going to do the job.
Yeah. But Piper says the kids are going nuts. They couldn't look like they give a shit. Probably confused as much as I was.
Yep.
And we got playing with Hogan, Roy, and Tito Santana. They may as well not been there, Tito.
Or Tito. He just stood behind Warrior whilst Warrior was flexing and stuff. And like you saw his head popping up every now and again over his shoulder. Like,
like
I'm still here. You got like a second.
Hi guys.
60 seconds on the
I'm
mic.
still here.
Poor Tito.
I think Tito is another guy who can play Getaway Bean today.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's
really good.
Effect, man. Piper bigged him up though as well. Though I think Piper kind of did a bit of damage repair when Tito got to the ring, because he just sort of sold him as being like this amazing, brilliant human being, and like one of the best in the business. So it's like Piper's seen that backstage and thought, you know what, guy, like I'll give the guy's dues just so he don't get overshadowed.
Yeah, it's fair, brilliant by Piper.
Yeah,
absolutely love him. Yeah, we got the main event time as Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and Tito Santana faces off against Hercules, Paul Wilmer, Big Martel, the Warlord, and Ted DiBiase. Obviously, the next night at the main event, Hulk Warrior is defending the WWF Championship against Ted. As they've mentioned a few times during the show. Yep, start off with Well, I don't know who starts off, to be fair. I haven't got it in my notes, but we got Million Man, Tito pins Warlord to start the match. Easy gets elimination, I guess.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Then Hogan pins Roma. Right, no, Million Man eliminates Tito.
Yeah. So then it's down to the two big boys.
Yeah, of course. They're 4-2. You can probably guess how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hogan pins Roma, then Hogan hot turns Warrior. Fair, crowd went nuts. Martel walks out. Don't know why. You're 4-2, mate.
Even Martel's like, no, I sod this. I'm out. See you later. Don't want any part of this.
It's 3-2. You got the advantage. Why don't you stay? If it was 2-2, yes, sure. But you got a mad advantage.
But it's Hogan and Warrior, brother. That's like having 4 guys in the ring.
Fair amount of money Warrior must have asked to do double duty tonight. Bloody yeah.
He walked out twice, didn't he, Martel? Obviously, yeah, because he ran out ran away from the wake. And obviously he's just walked out here as well. I didn't pin that in the first place.
You know, in a pay-per-view main event, think of the money if you win. I'm talking kayfabe wise. Think of the money if you win. Why would you just walk out if you're on 3-2? Just tag Ted or the Warlord in.
Exactly. Get Warlord in there. Let him wash him about a little bit. He's just a pretty face and he's not smart.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's just a model, Zoolander style. He just probably wants to protect his face.
Yeah, probably. Then we got Hogan pins $1 Million Man. No Warrior to do with it, so that's good building for the title match.
Yeah, you'd have thought they'd have put had Warrior beat him or something, or have Ted come close to pinning Warrior just to make it look like a chance the next night. Actually build a bit of oh shit, he might actually do it.
Put him in $1 Million Dream. Warrior's about to pass out, then he gets out and tags Hogan, then Hogan eliminates him.
Yeah. That's
simple storytelling.
Something
WWE still struggles with.
Yeah.
30 years later.
You'd have thought they'd learned.
Yeah, well. And after that, the last guy is Warlord. Why Warlord? And we probably guess what happens. Warrior pins Warlord. And they win the match. They feel good ending to send the crown home happy.
Exactly. Back in the day, man, everybody's like, Thanksgiving, they can be thankful that Hogan and Warrior were victorious, and everybody had a smile on their face, and they posed for 10 minutes. And the potential like each other and hold the ropes open for one another.
Yeah. Obviously, they spoke about them during, I think it was probably the promo for $1 Million Man early night, about how, they have faced each other at WrestleMania. There's going to be bad blood there. Nothing. Not even miscommunication.
That's it. It's just looking back at it, you just think, if they'd have just done this or just done that, it would have just, elevated it a little bit.
Just have some little miscommunication. Just a little bit.
No.
Like, Ted runs at Warrior throws him to Hogan, something like that. By accident.
Yeah, it's old school sort of step out the way, he hits the other guy blames that guy.
Then little roll up, Warrior knee gets eliminated.
Yeah. They have a few words, and then they team up again to vanquish the bad guy. It's wrestling 101.
Yeah.
Face heat.
But imagine during this time it would have been over. Whatever happened there, because Hogan. The main event only went 9 minutes.
Everybody was pulling. Well, not everybody. Well, yeah, there were. Everybody was pulling double duty, weren't they? You got to think. Those guys, the main guys in it were just. The Warrior would have been gassed 5 minutes into his first match. I'm surprised he came out for the second match.
Warrior wrestled about 23 minutes worth of wrestling tonight.
Wow.
Same with Hogan.
Bloody hell. That's the equivalent of an Iron Man match for those guys.
Yeah, they might have got paid good for that night then. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. That's meh. The crowd were pumped though.
I love the idea though.
Yeah, I like the idea.
The grand finale thing, that was awesome. I was like, I'd like to see him go back to that at some point, just to sort of, especially with the guys now, that they've got no issue pulling double duties,
No.
cardio and whatnot. It's just
imagine guys like Ryan's probably lick the lips trying to do wrestle twice.
Yeah, they'll be all over that. They've got two possibilities of stealing the show. They've got 2 times that they can go out there and sort of absolutely smash it. That's what these majority of the guys nowadays crave.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like them to try that again at some point in the future. I think a grand finale
it'd be fun.
Obviously, when they get over this whole grand warfare thing, then maybe they can go back to it.
Yeah, I'll give it a 1.5. Melts gave it a 1.25.
Got a star from me, and that was for Ted.
Nothing special about a match. What do you expect for a Hogan Warrior match?
Yeah, it was by the numbers. Like I say, it did its job, man. It sent people home happy. The kids would have been popping. There would have been all smiles, and I'm sure they sold lots of merch on the way out.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Survivor Series 1990. That goes off the air. And I was pleasantly surprised about the show. I enjoyed it. It's a show of 2 halves, I think.
You had a good half, and then you had a by the numbers half.
Yeah, the first half really good. Second half was it's in worse though. It's in a lot worse. Yeah,
at least it kind of put a smile on your face. You could understand why they did it.
Yeah,
you wasn't questioning it like, why do that? It's like, okay, it's not to my liking, as the grand finale. But I get it. At the end of the day, wrestling's a circus. It's for everyone. That match was for the kids, and just the feel good factor. Let them have their moment. I could have done without the slaughter match. In all honesty, that was the low point for me. Just because it was too real. It was especially kind of like
bloody awful.
Yeah, I mean, Slaughter's a legend, but I kind of feel this is my lasting memory of him at the minute.
Yeah,
if anybody asks me about Slaughter, I'd be like, oh crap, that promo from 90, Jesus worked.
Yeah. What do you think of the show overall?
Yeah, man. Overall, probably I want to say 3.5, because the first 3 matches were kind of 3 and 3.25, 3.5 consistently good matches. I don't really want to take it with the last 2, because like I say, I can understand why they were there. So I'd give it 3.5, man. I thought the first 2 matches.
I'll give it 3 stars.
3 stars. Oh, I'm feeling generous. I'm more. I think I've got more of a nostalgia trip. That 3.5 stars is highly influenced by nostalgia. If anybody's listening, well, not if anyone's listening to this, but when people listen to this, don't go back and watch it and expect like an actual 3.5 star show, unless you're a big kid like me, and
if you like nostalgia, go back, watch the show. It's got all your favourites. It's got Jake, Hogan, Warrior, Savage, LOD, Texas Tornado, Rockers, the Hart Foundation, Bossman, Jim Duggan, Earthquake. A lot of guys you would go and expect, but go back to and think fondly of this era.
Exactly. Take this era for what it is.
Yeah. And also he's got the debut of The Undertaker. More importantly, debut of the Gobbledygooker.
Oh yes. but yeah, I enjoyed it, and it's actually kind of made me. I was strained because I had to start work after I finished watching this one, but I kind of had the urge to watch numerous old school pay-per-views after watching this. So hopefully, we can both visit them again at some point in the future.
Yep.
I like this.
Down to the people.
Well, yeah, people. Let me watch some old school stuff. I want to watch some old school Rumbles.
I will put Rumble 92 in the poll for
yes
Rumbles season. I will put 92 up there.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you want, people want to give me ideas for shows, there will be a viewer choice podcast of the classic pay-per-view reviews every month. And it does the happy stuff from doing time. It could be Blade Mania season. Well, it might not be Mania season. It might do a whole Mania month because, Mania. But if it's like SummerSlam season, you can chuck in a Backlash or something. I don't know. Or this Tuesday in Texas if you really want to. It makes us suffer.
Just don't pick ECW December to Remember.
Oh, they're going to.
Bastards. You know who you are. Bastards, the lot of you.
But I will. Another bad thing, I will put Rumble 2015 onto the list from the Rumbles as well.
Oh.
But yeah. Anyway, we should be back end of December, beginning of January for our next one. While I've sort stuff out and figure out how to do different stuff. I aim to do different stuff for this series. Like, I want to learn how to insert different things. I want to insert video packages and stuff like that. Like you see all the pro podcasters do.
Yeah.
It means I need to learn to edit, but I got a month to do that. It's fine.
It's a learning curve, and the people who can join us for this journey as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so do you want to plug your stuff, Nick?
Yeah, why not? See if anybody likes it. If you listen to this, you know we've got a page on Facebook. The page on Facebook is associated with my artwork page. It's called Wrestling Artwork V2. Go check it out. I tend to do a few doodles here and there. Yeah, just let me know.
Shout out your latest one, that brilliant Roman Reigns Tribal Chief one.
Thank you very much. That's appreciated. Cheers, dude. But yeah, just if you ever want any artwork doing as well, I tend to do stuff just for shits and giggles or because somebody's asked me to do it. So if you've got any requests for any artworks, just let me know, and I'll probably get around to doing it at some point. Yeah, just obviously my stuff, the Hard Cam podcast page on Facebook. Just show us some love.
Yeah, we're found on the Hard Cam Wrestling Podcast Facebook page. We're also found on the Wrestling Group Facebook page. You can catch us on Twitter at Hard Cam Pod. You can catch me on Twitter, which I've changed my Twitter name to make it easier to shout out now. At Hard Cam James. So much easier.
Nice. If you're on Twitter as well, just search out Pencil Tree. That's me. I don't tend to use Twitter that much at the minute, but I am looking to get back into it. So, yeah, look us up.
Not sure when this will be up, though. Hopefully this weekend. I hope this weekend.
Yeah, depending on when it goes up, look forward to seeing what Taker does at Survivor Series. Or, oh my God, can you believe what Taker did at Survivor Series? Depending.
Can you believe Hornswoggle returned and Tadpole splashed him?
My God. Taker's passed the torch to Hornswoggle. What are the chances?
Quite low. Hornswoggle's on AEW this week.
What?
Hornswoggle's on AEW this week.
Oh, what?
Then the Vegas, in the Circle Vegas trip. They did the Hangover thing. And Swoggle was a baby.
Nice. Okay, I'll let that slide. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. This has been James. This has been Nik Twin Towers. Let us know what pay-per-views you would like us to watch. That was good, bad, in between. Or WCW 2000s, because you hate us.
We love you.
We love you. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.